can't lie!
I have never, ever given you guys a reason to think that I was lying about anything medical.
You're a fucking liar! Shut up!
She said she admitted that the claims against Natter were false. Okay.
What claims?
That she made against Natter herself.
I don't know. Okay, it's not that the I
You
don't see the situation.
motherfucker! You lied on Natter
Listen,
like
no.
that?
This is why I don't want to fucking talk about it. Because when I say something, people run with, you fucking lied about it. No.
Go ahead, yeah.
Don't lie right now.
I don't know. That's really all I want to say regarding that is, no, my aunt, you know, she didn't stop talking to me because I'm fat. She stopped talking to me because of the issues I brought upon her, I guess.
Lies. Oh, lies!
Everybody lies. And if you tell me that you don't, well, there's a really good chance that you're a liar. In reality, we all lie from time to time. However, a small group of people tell the vast majority of lies, and many of them tend to be very good at it. Why do people lie? We lie for a variety of reasons. Some of the most common reasons include to avoid punishment. We lie when we think we might get into trouble for something we did, and we may lie to avoid the consequences or conflict. We lie to protect ourselves or others. Sometimes we lie to protect ourselves from harm. For example, we might lie to a stranger about our whereabouts if we feel unsafe, or we might lie for a friend to cover up for their mistake. Sometimes we lie to gain something and to get what we want. This could be something as simple as getting out of an appointment or a chore, or something more serious like getting a promotion at work. We might lie to maintain appearances. Some of us lie to maintain our appearance or reputation, or our perceived appearance or reputation. For example, we might lie about our education or work experience to appear more intelligent and qualified. We might lie about the relationships we've had or relationships that we are in to appear more desirable. We lie to manipulate others and try to sway others into doing what we want. For example, manipulation in a relationship might mean that somebody lies about their feelings to get somebody else to fall in love with them. So how do we tell when somebody is lying? There are 5 simple ways to detect a lie in terms of body language, etc. There are hand gestures, eye movements, face gestures, voice indicators, and body language. Step 1. Check for hand gestures. Hand gestures can tell you a lot. If the person is clenching their hands or keeps their hands clenched, it indicates that they disagree with what is being said, or that they are angry, being dishonest, or are in distress. They keep their hands in their pockets, they are hiding something. How to detect a lie? Step 2. Watch for eye movements. Now this is a bit complicated, but the basic rule of thumb is, when you look to the right, you are trying to recall memories or facts. When you're looking left, you are using your imagination. If somebody looks to the left but upwards, chances are they're cooking up a lie visually. When someone looks to the left but sideways, they are probably creating a lie verbally. When someone is looking to their left but downwards, they might be thinking about something they did. Step 3. Face and facial gestures. When somebody covers their mouth when talking, or they touch their mouth, it tends to be an indication of dishonesty. In addition, touching the nose indicates the same. It's relatively easy to read a true facial expression. A true facial expression is automatic and a response to an emotion. If it feels wrong or out of sync with what that person is feeling, it's usually false. A fake smile will only last about 0.2 seconds before dropping from the face, while a genuine smile will fade gradually. A true feeling on the face is symmetric. You can see that feeling on both sides of the face. False expressions are asymmetric. An example of an asymmetric expression is the false smile. You will see a half smile on the side of their face, where one lip raises up at the corner of the mouth. This could be a sign of contempt. Tight lips are indicating a no in body language, or at least a suppression of our thoughts. We're stopping ourselves from making a noise. This can also convey disapproval, disagreement, or unhappiness. A fake smile is one that doesn't reach the person's eyes, and often comes with other clues, such as raised eyebrows or a tight jawline. Blinking rapidly is a sign of nervousness or anxiety, and it can mean that someone is trying to be dishonest. And a furrowed brow in a lie could be a signal of anger or frustration. Step 4. Listen to vocal indicators. Liars may use a variety of tones of voice when they are trying to be dishonest, but there are some common patterns. These include a higher pitch, vocal tension. The voice might sound strained or tense, indicating the person is uncomfortable. Stammering or hesitating. Speaking more slowly or faster. A quavering tone, exaggerating details, telling too much detail, or detail that doesn't actually apply to topic, and going off topic. Stalling, or repeating sentences, or repeating back questions to you, going on the... And finally, step 5. Overall body language. Offensive, fidgeting. People may fidget with their hands, hair, or clothes when they are feeling anxious or nervous. Crossing their arms is a sign of defensiveness or dishonesty. It's a way of creating a barrier. Touching their face. This is because they're trying to self-soothe or calm their nerves. Covering their mouth. This is a sign that they're trying to hide something, or they're feeling anxious or nervous. Feet shuffling. People may do this when they feel uneasy or are being dishonest, as a way to get rid of their nervous energy. Leaning away, leaning back. They're trying to put distance between you and them. Gulping and swallowing frequently. Trembling and shaking.
Right, so that was the science. And now, a couple of things to take into consideration before we proceed. Before we begin, there's a couple of things I want you to keep in mind. Firstly, before we can decide whether someone is being deceptive, we need to know how they behave in their everyday life when they're not being deceptive, basically. How they are in extreme situations and how they are in their everyday, day-to-day life. For example, if you watch my video long enough, you would notice that I tend to nod a lot. That's something I do. Didn't realise I did, but it's something that I do. Because of this, you cannot use my nodding as an indication of whether I'm being deceptive or not, because it's something I do. It's my baseline. Secondly, there aren't that many clips of Foodie Beauty that I could use, and this is because Foodie Beauty is often inebriated or away with the fairies. Deciding whether somebody is being deceptive or not, or just reading their body language in general, is very difficult when someone is under the influence, because your behaviours and mannerisms tend to be exaggerated or dulled depending on what you've taken, and are not reliable indicators. And while it is a truism that has been said that a drunk never lies, it is perfectly possible to be deceptive while you're drunk. I've had to record this after doing my analysis on the various video clips. We shall proceed. I have watched in minute detail hours of clippings, hours of video takes of Amberlynn Reid and Foodie Beauty, focusing on every spoken word, every movement, every gesture. And if you pay very close attention to me in the corner, you will see my slow descent into madness. Anyway, I hope you enjoy.
Alright, so do you want to tell him?
tad bit passive aggressive.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just say it.
Throughout this entire video, Amber is watching herself very intently. She grooms her hair a lot. She's making sure she is presenting the right facial expressions.
We had broke up. It happened.
Now, I believe Amber is actually genuinely upset in this video. She is displaying symmetry. She displays symmetry in the face, and as we know, symmetry indicates genuine emotion.
Sunday, and it was initiated by me, but the fact of the matter is I've had a lot of time to think and reflect. And
more grooming. What is she sniffing? If you're crying enough that your nose starts to run, when you sniff it makes the most god-awful noise. When she sniffs, it's obvious there's nothing to sniff up.
We just want different things in life.
Amber's agreeing with Becky there.
You know, Amberlynn wants to leave Kentucky one day, and she wants to see her family, and she wants to move to another state, and it's like, this is my home, and this is where my family is, and I don't want to leave. But I love
grooming.
her.
Watch
love
this.
her.
Watch this. But she's smart. One point and again. Look. She's smiling. She's loving this. She knows she's going to make money from this. Right. Now, while I believe that Amber is actually upset, I don't believe, knowing what we know now, she's upset for the reasons that she's trying to portray. She's not upset because a romantic relationship has ended. She's upset because she's losing her maid, her nanny, her nurse, her chauffeur, her companion, and her groom with the stool. I know, that's a really obscure reference. Henry VIII, being king, was not allowed to wipe his bottom because it was seen as being beneath him. As a result, a nobleman, because it was a position of high standing, would be hired to wipe his bottom for him. In reward for this, the nobleman would receive land, money, and a title. The more you know.
But it's not like I'm also going out of my way to eat horribly in front of her or suggest we order this or do this. No, I don't do that.
She wants to say something.
But I'm not strong enough to be that support right now. But
what with the sniffing? Honestly, it's driving me batty.
I want to always have this one in my life.
Looking a little bit smug there. Right, Feline. Feline. Amber looks like crap. What can I say?
Feline and I have broken up. It was mutual.
When she says it was mutual, she's actually nodding. I mean, she agrees. She would, you know, she might actually be being honest.
This was mutual.
Second time, not so much.
There has, like, I'm gonna speak for myself.
She agrees with that.
There has been some things that just, like...
She's moving her eyes a lot, though. Moving her eyes a lot. It doesn't necessarily indicate honesty. What she's thinking is upsetting her. She doesn't like what she's thinking. This is legitimately upset over the end of an intimate romantic relationship.
I don't have to go into detail. Love just isn't enough sometimes, and I know what I'm worth, and I know it might not be like a lot to some people, but I know like what I deserve and I know what I want, and I just need to be single.
Now, every time a relationship ends for Amberlynn, she says love is not enough. Now, this is what I think she actually means by this. She thinks I have nothing really to offer apart from my love and money. Okay? We can't go out, we can't have fun, we're rarely intimate, you have to do tons of stuff for me, but I love you. Can't the fact I love you be enough for you to want to be with me, to stay with me, to love me unconditionally? She thinks love is unconditional. It's romantic love. It's Danielle Steele love. I love you. That has to be enough, surely.
I don't know what to say. Like, I know there's probably going to be a lot of people questioning and saying you seemed so happy, and yeah, like the relationship I had with Feline was literally the most passionate relationship I've ever been in, but on both sides of the spectrum.
That, especially with the brow, the symmetry, the downturned mouth, is heartbreak. Valentine. Now, a couple of observations. In the first clip with Becky, she was makeup free, but she had done her hair, and she was how she always appears. Second video, she looked bloody awful. This video, she's got her eyeliner on, her makeup on, she's got her earrings in. She's made a bit of an effort.
Your time admitting when like I fucked something up versus like the person that I was in love with fucking it up.
Right. First statement was false. The admitting when I've done something wrong. But the second statement, when somebody else has done something wrong, ooh, she believes that.
So it's like I just don't even want to like go there, discuss it, talk about it, because it's just like a lot.
She is feeling disgust or contempt or permanent Trump mouth.
And I don't know, it's just easier to...
She's displaying a lot of bottom teeth. Again, it's the Trump mouth, not a actual scientific term. It's just the face he pulls. He has so much contempt for everything. I'm not going to talk about politics, shut up, fat cow. But she is feeling contempt.
Keep things like this off a line, but like so many of you have guessed it.
And she's angry. She's pissed.
And I'm just going to keep hurting privately.
Yeah. She is not willing to discuss this in detail. I have a feeling that humiliation may be a part of this. This is when she found about on live the allegations made against Nader by the lady whose name I can't remember yet, but will shortly be mentioned.
May Anderson uploaded a video. She was SA by Nader. What?
Right. That is not shock or surprise. Shock and surprise is eyebrows in the air, widened eyes. Well, no, obviously your eyebrows aren't in the air, that's not physically possible. But that's not surprise. That's... more indignant kind of WTF as opposed to oh my god. So yeah, it's a WTF face, not an OMG. She is skeptical. I need to go on the other side. Whee! And wow. I know which side is my better profile side anyway. Righty ho.
So, this.
So, say it slowly enough, gives you a little time to think. She's looking upwards and left, indicates that she is picturing an imaginary scenario in her brain. She is trying to figure out what to say.
Woman, I don't know. There's.
Honestly, she's incredulous. She's annoyed.
I remember Nader telling me a couple days ago that
her eyes are not staying still. When it comes to eye movements, it is avoidance, rapid blinking also. I mean, people only blink once every 5 seconds or so. Anything faster than that indicates nervousness. Usually indicates something's up.
There's this super.
Now, nostrils are flared. She's furrowing her brow. She does not like super fan. It's not necessarily this lady in particular. It's just any female attention from any female attention towards Nader.
Fan of his that was messaging him. He wasn't nice about it. He said she was very old and looked weak.
Now, whether Nader said this or not, this is Foodie Beauty's MO when it comes to discrediting things. As I said in the previous video, she tends to argue by using the ad hominem fallacy, which is basically, I can't argue with facts, I can't give logic, I can't do any of that. What I can do is insult the crap out of the person to try to discredit them.
Weird. And she wanted to really meet him and stuff.
See the eye roll? And when she found out she really wanted to meet him. Oh wow. Female attention towards Nader really pisses her off. And she has nothing but contempt for this victim.
Stuff like that, and she was gonna come over and like meet him.
Eye roll again. She's sneering. Sneering. Wow. That is whatever the opposite of the personification of sympathy is.
I was like, are you serious? You're gonna meet what? You're gonna have a fan come over?
That is fake outrage, fake I can't believe you're doing that, fake indignance. What? Really? No. Why would you do that?
Like, I thought that was fucking stupid. And
ooh, side eye to the left, center. That means she is imagining things visually and trying to come up with the story by playing a scenario in her brain.
Like, he sounded like he was joking, I don't know. So
he sounded like he was joking, but I don't know. So I guess she's trying to discredit what she's just said because she's realised what she's just said is stupid.
I'm just telling you what happened. This is exactly what happened.
I'm just telling you what happened. This is exactly what happened. She's repeated her sentence to try and emphasize it to make it sound like it's more true. And also, I'm just telling you what's happened is a vocabulary way of trying to, this is a way of trying to make something sound more plausible. Things like, trust me, if I'm going to be honest, honestly, I swear, 110%, would I lie to you? I'm being truthful. Things like that to try and punch in the fact that what I'm saying is true, you've got to believe me. When really what you're doing is overplaying your hand.
I'm telling you verbatim what he said about her.
Okay, she's distanced herself from this by saying, this isn't what I've said, this is what Nader said. Okay?
Okay, this is him. So
oh, she's about to say something about the victim again.
He said he didn't want to meet her, or he couldn't meet her or something because like we were together, like we were together, like.
Look,
She's alternating between looking left and right. She's alternating between what really happened and what she should say happened. What really happened, what she should say happened.
Pretty much the whole time.
And she ended up deciding to say what she should say happened, not what really happened.
So I don't know.
Also, her nose and her lips are curled up in disgust, contempt. She's either unhappy to have this conversation or unhappy about what's happened.
Where he would have had time to. But he said he had all the conversation between...
That's true. That's true. He did say that. Doesn't mean it's true, but he did say that.
...them to prove that he didn't go. But...
Flash of anger.
I asked him to send it to me, and he just was like, "You really believe that?" I said, "I just want to see it. If you have nothing to hide, send me the proof." And he just fucking hung up on me. So...
She's pissed.
Ding dong, the prick is gone.
Sorry, I had to keep that in. Right, this is people saying you were on live yesterday off your boobs on a substance.
It's about yesterday's stream.
Wow. She can't believe she's having to talk about this. Luckily,
I just want to say...
she's pissed again.
I don't know. Yesterday...
Wow.
I didn't take anything.
Now, the hand chop, it's very aggressive. It's very aggressive. And also she's not showing any palm. Palms indicate honesty. Closed hand, chop, aggressive, not necessarily true.
That's like 100%.
100%.
Swear on whatever.
Swear on whatever. Now, in between the word swear and whatever, she looked up and left, indicating that the whatever she believes is imaginary.
I wouldn't have gone live. Like, if I was, because I know with the people thing and people watching and everything.
She's, well, begins with P, ends in D. Something people do in bathrooms.
So, there's other reason I...
She's, well, what can I do about it?
I have no idea why my pupils look like that.
Oh, she has lots of ideas about why her pupils look like that.
But 100%.
100%. 100% false laugh, as if to say, well, false laughs. If you see Amberlynn's false laughs. Contempt. Wow. She has so much positive feelings about her viewers.
Okay, so...
Ooh, flash of anger.
Another thing is...
Stalling.
And I'm explaining it because I'm just gonna say it that once.
Stalling. Okay, Amberlynn Reid, and I do not lie about my health and stuff.
I have never, ever lied about anything.
Now, this is a masterclass in how to be as unconvincing as conceivably possible when telling a lie.
Medical, ever. And I know you guys will only believe what is more entertaining for you.
No.
Is it me, or does she look altered?
Chantal, here's a key. Rumor.
Oh, by the way, this is when people are saying that basically Salah keeps her a prisoner.
Salah has you imprisoned. Yeah.
She can't believe people even took her seriously when she said that.
I mean, I probably shouldn't have said that because it makes... But I never, whenever I say things, it's impulsive, and I never imagine when I say something that people are gonna hang on like everything I say and then try to make up some theories about it. But I should know better by now that, yeah, I'm on the internet, that's what's gonna happen, right? So, hey.
Yeah, she agrees with that. She should know better, and she shouldn't publish it.
He can imprison me all he wants. No, I understand the part about like the fire hazard and everything. I guess like I just never thought of that. I honestly don't think about, like, it's not actually often that he leaves the house without.
She stumbles over her words a lot, and then when she says it's not actually often that he leaves the house without her, you can see a lot of deception.
Happens like once in a while.
Does not happen once in a while. If I was a betting person, I would say it happens every day.
Usually not for very long, sometimes longer, but...
Now what's this? It's usually not for very long, sometimes longer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. She is waffling, for want of a better term. Very British term, she is waffling.
If that's, you know what, if it comes down to that, so... But...
And she is stumbling over her words. She is being deceptive. Not about being kept a prisoner, but about spending an inordinate amount of time indoors alone.
No.
Okay, what corner do I want to be in this time? Down here? Yeah, why not? Okay.
It wasn't good, but I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna live with my girlfriend. Like, we're so in love. It's like so amazing. And
before we get really into what's said and how's it said, I want to make an observation. This is not how Amberlynn talks normally. I've only seen this level of animation one other time, and that's when she was telling the story about Gracie escaping the first time. I get the impression that this was something that was thought over, written down, rehearsed, and then performed with dramatic effect. Like in the Gracie video, she used language she'd never used before, she spoke in a way she never spoke before, and she said things that were not necessary, like, and then Gracie, my cat, or, and then she went booking it outside, running like a ninja, and I didn't know what to do and what to do and to do. She doesn't talk like that normally, and this is performative. It's like she's rehearsed until she feels like she knows it, then she films herself.
I felt blissful in a way, if that's the right word.
Another thing, when Amber lies, her right hand, left hand, her left hand becomes really animated, okay? It develops a life of its own when she's really trying to put the point across deceptively. Jazz hands.
Like, it just felt really good. We got along really well.
Gulping. She knows what's coming up next.
And then after about, I want to say
stalling for time,
6 months or so, things started, you know, kind of changing and shifting. I don't really know if I want to like go into like grave detail.
Why is she speaking like that about what she's speaking about? Grave detail.
We still loved each other a lot. After 6 months, we'd been together.
Lots of
together for over 2 years, and we were living together and this and that. And I noticed we started.
Wow, there is a distinct lack of detail in this story. That does not indicate honesty.
Arguing a little bit more.
Playing with hair.
Just over stupid stuff.
Emphasis, emphasis, emphasis.
Like, I can tell you that right now. And I still remember the first time she ever got physical. We had a laundry room in the apartment complex we were living in, and
now I've watched this, obviously. She has a laundry room in the apartment complex where she's living. Okay? I don't know how things are laid out where you guys are, but do you need to walk on a sidewalk to get to a laundry room in your apartment complex? Do you have to go out on the street and then back in?
We were walking to the laundry room, and I remember back then I would do our laundry for us. I didn't really like people touching my laundry. I still really don't, but I let Destiny do it because
I let Destiny do it. She can do the shit stuff.
I trust her, but
No, you don't.
this weird thing with like people touching my laundry, whatever. So, she was helping
Whatever. She just dismissed what she just said.
me carry, I guess, laundry to the laundry room. I don't remember really what we were arguing about, but
Let me say that the first time somebody you trust and love is physically violent with you, you remember what you were arguing about. You remember the conversation completely.
Oh, it must have been something really stupid, probably about the laundry, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. I am not filling in the blanks of my story, so I will just make some noise, because if I was telling the truth, I wouldn't have blanks to fill.
And she was carrying her clothes, I'm pretty sure I remember, and I was like carrying mine.
Well, memory's not very good, love, is it?
And then I want to say this happened, it's been like 6-7 years, so
For me, it's been 12. I can tell you what I was wearing, I can tell you what he was wearing, I can tell you how it started, I can tell you what happened the night before and what had happened to lead up to this. I could tell you everything.
memories are kind of like fading.
I'm 51. I remember it all.
Here and there. But I do remember us being on the sidewalk and...
See? Sidewalk, pavement, street. Is that normal?
And I remember her dropping what was in her hands, and she took me by the throat and she started yelling at me. I was like, what? And
not my reaction when it happened to me. What?
And I think at the time, what shocked me the most was the fact that she was doing it in such a public place. Like,
is it a public place? The sidewalk, pavement, whatever, that goes to the laundry room in your apartment complex?
There was nobody around that I remember.
Hang on. If it's such a public place, yet there was nobody else around, I'm confused.
And like, I was like crying. Like, she...
Crying. I was really, really upset. You got to believe me, I was really, really upset.
She literally was having me by the throat, just like screaming at me. And then, you know, she let go, obviously.
Really? That's how you end that story? Well, she let go well, obviously. Really? Your storytelling is poop. Fill in with hair, deep inhale, stalling for time, creating a barrier. Ta-da!
I think I was so shocked and so numb to the situation that I kind of just let it be. Honestly, that is the truth.
Honestly, that is the truth.
I didn't ever think twice about it, like, oh my god, is she gonna start like abusing me? Nothing like that. Which is weird because of the childhood that I came from, right? But
right.
And she never really did that again. She would randomly like pinch me if I made her really mad. And
what's her face? I'm sorry, I have no interpretation for that face. Maybe it'll come to me later.
I didn't even think anything of that.
It's false disgust. False horror. Wow.
Then either. Honestly, I didn't at all.
Honestly, I didn't at all.
When it came to intimacy, I want to say about a little bit after like 2 years of being together, it started to dwindle. It was definitely my fault. This is when things got really bad.
Why laugh? I mean, it's not a real laugh, but why there?
Oof.
This bit makes the story totally believable.
I don't even know how to share this, but I'm...
Why is she laughing? She's talking about SA. She's talking about the first time, or her partner of 2-something years SAing her. Why is she laughing?
I'm gonna have to. Destiny knows all about this, by the way.
Just because you've told somebody else doesn't make it true. You've told everybody on the internet, it doesn't make it true. Okay? There are 3 truths in life when there's 2 people involved. Your truth, their truth, and what actually happened. Because your interpretation of something and their interpretation of something blended to... because your interpretation of what happened and their interpretation of what happened will never be identical. The only truth there is the truth that's between the 2 of you. What actually happened. And telling people about it doesn't make it true. It just makes it known. Getting annoyed.
By the way, like, it's something like I really needed to let her know about me. Okay, so...
Sorry. That look was disgust.
Cassidy was very sexually strived, like, is it...
I don't know the word. Funny, huh? No.
Even a thing, I don't know. She really thought I was attractive.
Okay, this is going to happen a couple of times, right? But never in the history of ever, as far as I know, has a victim, when describing the SA that has happened to them, emphasized how desirable they were to the perpetrator. Okay? Desirability has nothing to do with SA. Nothing whatsoever. It's about power. It's got nothing to do with attraction, nothing to do with desirability. It is power.
She really was sexually attracted to me, and
You just had to put that in, didn't you? You just had to put that in.
She always wanted to, like, have sex. And I stopped feeling that for her. Like, I didn't tell her that. I would just, like, make up things like, oh, I don't feel good, or oh, I'm on my period, like, even though I wasn't.
Amber, you are allegedly telling the story of the SA you experienced at the hand of your partner. You are not you are not telling us the latest gossip or what the Kardashians have been up to. My goodness, child.
And just little things like that.
Off topic. I just called her child. I was watching some videos from the Destiny era. Not the Destiny era. I was watching some videos from the Crystal era. And Amber was talking about going to have a drink or having some wine at home. And I remember sitting there thinking, you can't do that, you're underage. And then I remembered, oh yeah, she's 23. Honestly. In the Crystal era, I would have given her 17 max.
And it made her fucking pissed. When you say no to someone, whether you've been with them for like a month or whether you've been with them for like 6 years.
She's telling you the truth, okay? What she's saying is entirely valid. The way she's saying is so, let me spill the tea? Really? That's how you give advice on consent? No prizes for guessing how I am feeling right now.
Years? If you say no to a sexual act, your partner should accept that.
Should accept that. I swear I will never do that again in my life. Just saying it as it is.
That is where I firmly stand. But she didn't. And she would literally sit there and beg me. At first it was like cute little begs, like, oh, come on, baby. But
inappropriate use of the word cute.
whatever. But then as time gradually went on, it became, you're gonna fucking touch me whether you like it or not. And I was like, you can't force me.
Do you know, the way she's telling this infuriates me. Infuriates me. That's not an appropriate emotional display when describing being assaulted. It's not. That's it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. It's not believable.
And little did I know she can.
Was that the punchline to a joke, Amber? Really?
That's when she started punching me a lot. She would aim for my belly. I don't think she ever actually hit me in the face.
If you've ever been hit in the face, I'm pretty sure you remember it. Just saying.
Her favorite spot was my stomach. She would punch me really hard in my stomach. She'd punch me
in my stomach, in my stomach, in my stomach. Guys, do you think she wants us to believe she got punched in the stomach? This whole thing I'm doing is really bad for my blood pressure. Wow.
Like around right here a lot. She would punch me on my arms, and she would continuously do it until I agreed to make love to her.
Never in the history of ever would anybody describe their assault as making love.
Have sex, whatever you want to consider it.
Whatever you want to consider it. I don't consider it making love. Whatever way I want to consider it? Are you joking? Look at her face, look at her face. She's gleeful.
So not only was I being physically abused, but I was pretty much being like raped.
No matter what she says after this, she does not believe that that word is what happened to her. The shoulder shrug, the way she said it, the shaking their head, the fidgeting. You are effing lying.
That is what I consider it, because I continuously would say no to her. It was such like a bad, just like a bad mix.
Why are you reacting like you ate something nasty? My commentary is going completely off track. It's, I'm getting personal, not, wouldn't say professional, but you know what I mean.
Of everything, and this would go on. This would happen probably weekly.
She's just realised that she should get upset. The realisation on her face is like, bugger, I forgot to cry.
Here.
People who are about to cry don't announce they're about to cry.
Tears. I was trying to be strong for this video.
I'm pulling the turkey bum the turkey arse mouth. You know, that face that little old ladies pull when they disapprove. I'm a big old lady.
Video. A lot of people would ask, why didn't I hit her back?
No, they wouldn't.
Why didn't I leave her in that, in that?
I think there was no reason to leave. I also think you had nowhere else to go anyway. I'm going to stop this bit because I cannot. Right, I'm going to go over to this side because I know I'm going to need to. And, well, this is from yesterday. Foodie is claiming that her and Salah are over. Now look at that. That is a desperate attempt at a neutral face in passive. It's trying very hard not to show any emotion whatsoever. However, she is smiling ever so slightly. If she was upset, distressed or anything in any slight way, these here would be turned down. She's checking that she's got enough people watching before she starts her performance. I know, I should be impartial, I shouldn't make a decision, but it is. She's keeping an absolute neutral expression and waiting for her audience. I'm going to go forward a bit because this gets really boring. Blah, blah, blah. Queen Smug.
Oh my god.
Brace for dramatics, prepare and scene.
I'm gonna be like off to the side so I can, you know.
She's not exactly upset, is she? I wouldn't say she's necessarily sober either.
No, okay. It's so hard to pretend to not be to be okay.
Wow. It's so hard to pretend to not be okay while smiling and looking smug. Gosh. Well, you're obviously devastated.
I don't want to show any weakness. To the left.
Is she trying to look upset? Because she's doing a really bad job at it. Queen Smug.
Oh my god.
Brace for dramatics, prepare and scene.
I'm gonna be off to the side so I can, you know.
She's not exactly upset, is she? I wouldn't say she's necessarily sober either.
No, okay. It's so hard to pretend to not be to be okay.
Wow. It's so hard to pretend to not be okay while smiling and looking smug. Gosh. Well, you're obviously devastated.
I don't want to show any weakness. To the left.
Is she trying to look upset? Because she's doing a really bad job at it.
I ordered food because I need comfort.
I'm announcing that I ordered food because I need comfort so that when I eat as much as conceivably possible later, you guys can't criticize me about it.
It's so sad, I know, but I don't care right now.
No, she doesn't.
I'm moving back home.
Smiling.
And
oh, this is where she starts creating the illusion of feelings. Now it does get progressively worse as this video goes on, but the thing is, genuine crime, genuine emotion happens instantaneously. It's sudden. It doesn't, you know what I mean? She's looking left. She is imagining. She is conjuring up. She is going through scenarios, deciding what to say next.
I'm gonna be on my own. I'm gonna be like single.
Educated guess. She's thinking of something sad, not my relationship with Sarah is over sad, more injured puppies, starving kids kind of sad. Probably more like puppies, to be honest.
I'm like, we're separating.
There we go. I'm going to leave it at this because I am, let's just say if I drank, I'd want a drink. Maybe a nap will do. We'll see. Anyway, that's that. I'm not saying that either of these ladies are... See, now that would be a lie, because I am saying that these ladies are lying. But with the information I presented, I want you to make up your own minds. I don't believe them.